Hello Internet, welcome back to Stoneshard. In the last episode we cleared the tutorial and we're just gonna be, we're on our own now. The game, I'm noticing it does stutter sometimes when I move and it reveals the next section. It seems a little choppy. I'm not sure why that is. We can pick this lock. We're on our own. It told us to be careful about our engagements. We've been spotted. Proselyte Harbinger. So we can fireball. You're out of range. Okay, let's, how do we wait a turn? I want to try just using the mouse. We decided we couldn't just click on ourselves. We would have to, no. Let's, press the wait button, I guess. You do nothing. Where are you? Akazioth Arum. It becomes hostile. So we're not very sneaky, which is fine. Are you in range now? You're just out of range. We'll wait another turn. She has a ranged attack. She uses Baleful Scream on Varen. It's 7 psionic damage. We're dazed. Can't use abilities. Well, that's not good. So let's, one more turn we can't use abilities. Let's bide our time and cast a fireball. Hit her for 12. Let's inspect her. She's different from the other ones we've seen. Vampire of the Crimson Covenant. She is weak to sacred, but she's immune to a lot of other things. Proselyte women are not uncommon. Many of them can't withstand a transformation and lose their mind in the process, turning into raving furies. Interesting. So we'll wait another turn, and we'll use our greatsword to bash her. We're hitting her pretty good. She is hitting us back, and she screamed again, so we can't use our abilities. She's very resilient. We did level up, and this time... So I think I put another point into strength, and for accuracy reasons we'll go into perception again. We are in pain. Let's upgrade our skill. This time we can upgrade an actual part of our greatsword. So we could learn Faint Swing. Targeted enemy has their dodge, counter, and block chance set to 0. After that, deliver a strike with plus 11 accuracy and minus 20%. So I'm assuming it only takes one turn. It reduces their dodge to 0, which means we would pretty much guarantee to hit them, I'm assuming. And then we hit them with a bonus accuracy, but less damage. That sounds fine if we notice we're missing a lot. 4% cooldown duration for the skill tree. And it will enable us to unlock these additional abilities in the future. I think just that alone is worth it. Otherwise, we probably would have upgraded fire a little further since we already had points in that. But I think we have a ranged ability and we should increase our melee as much as possible. We fumbled. Are we fumbling? But fumbles create loses 15 durability. Okay, let's check our inventory, by the way. How are we doing on food and drink? We go to, yeah, this menu. 21%, so we're getting hungry. We're not really thirsty. Go ahead and eat the grapes. They do go bad over time, which is interesting. Onion will expire in 15 days. So presumably this game will take place over many days. I kind of thought maybe it would be like the food and thirst system is fine. And you know, a lot of these games have traveling, but usually their food doesn't go bad in a lot of situations. Obviously this has a lot of roguelike elements, so it's not terribly surprising that food goes bad, or that we have hunger and thirst and things like that. You are locked. Pick the lock. Got a brigand dagger. Our war scythe is better because it's two-handed and because we've upgraded it, but this looks pretty nice, so I think we'll drop one of our older weapons, because we were picking them up mostly for the cash, I guess. So we'll get rid of that because it's not worth very much. Okay, we're about at full health. So a little bit more of an expansive, healed 1 health, expansive dungeon than I expected. Hello, who are you? You're flagellant is the word for that. It means that they abuse themselves. Pain is the best proof of devotion. Flagellants incessantly torment themselves, hoping to garner favor from their god. Yeah, flagellation was a thing where you would whip yourself and inflict pain on yourself. So we can even see the skills that he has. So he doesn't have any ranged ability, so I think we hit him with a fireball before he can close his gap. And then we'll just wait for him to come close. And does this have a range on it? No, it's just melee. Okay, we wait again, and now we'll use our ability. Guaranteed, basically, to hit him. Okay, we fumbled. We're fumbling a lot. We need to look at our attributes and see what affects fumbling. He is dead. He dropped a peasant flail, which I imagine is not worth very much. Okay, can't seem... Yeah, nothing really to search here. Breaking barrels, I don't know if it's worth it. So what determines fumbling? Fumble chance is agility. So we maybe should have been increasing agility over perception. But that's just me not knowing the game. So that's not a super big deal. We should maybe rest and get our health back. So we'll go ahead and press R to rest. Because I'm hesitant to progress into combat. Why? Oh, because we're injured. We have a reduced max health. That's okay. Head up here. Another of you. Are you the same as we saw before? No. Proselyte Adept. You do have ranged abilities, looks like. Range, oh no, just of 2. Range of 10. Mark the target with the effect active until caster's death. They regain max energy faster based on our health. Interesting. Oh, we didn't read your description. Small-time heretic who hopes to elevate his position in the cult by diligently studying blood magic. Exciting. Yep, he cast his spell on us. That's okay, I can cast spells too. Mine did more damage, because yours doesn't do damage. Oh, he has a range of 2. He drained our health. I'm a little worried about that. If he can vampirism more than we can kill him. He's taking a ton of damage from our attack. 26 slashing. I'm not sure why he's taking so much more than the previous enemies. Dropped a copper ring and a dirk, which is not super valuable to us. I don't know if breaking these is ever worthwhile. Looks like we found their storeroom. An empty shelf. Exciting. An axe, a hatchet, 159 gold. 53 gold. We'll dump this and swap it out. And we'll check the final crate here. Final shelf. Short dagger, 101. I mean, this is worth 5. Yeah, okay, get that out of here. I don't know if we will ever see a merchant in this demo or not. But obviously, if we were playing in the full game... Oh, did I see drink? No, dirk. Dirk is not a drink. Okay. We're in a fair bit of pain, and we've had our health reduced pretty significantly. How do we would use medications, or we could rest for food and drink. So basically, do we want to spend medical supplies, which we have a fair bit of, or do we want our hunger and thirst to go down more quickly? I think the answer is probably hunger and thirst, but for now we're just going to press forward. Double enemies is not great. Thankfully, we can kind of engage them in a narrow corridor. Do you have ranged attacks? No. No. So, as long as we get him in the front, we only will take damage from one enemy. Go ahead and firebomb him. We missed. Oh, we hit the shelf. I didn't want to shoot the shelf. And now it's been destroyed. Presumably, that means we're not going to get anything from it. Please approach me. 5 on the numpad. There you go. So we'll fight them one at a time. I am concerned about this, but because we've been engaging them one at a time and they all hit us pretty hard. Why second wind? Health and energy are replenished. I'm not sure why we got this or what determines if we get that. How injured are you? 21%. Please die, my friend. I think the fireball is worth here because it seems to guarantee a hit. You did something. What did you do? Each time the caster takes damage, the damage replenishes. Okay. Blood Oath for 10 to all adjacent. Each time they take damage, the same amount is replenished for their allies. So basically, this guy sacrifices himself so that if we were fighting him first, every time we hit him, it would heal his teammates, basically. We did level up, but we're definitely going to back out of there to avoid any further combat. Let's up our agility because I'm getting real tired of fumbling all the time. And we'll take an additional skill in our greatsword tree. Heroic Charge rushes towards the target to deliver a strike. Each travel tile adds plus 8% and 6% crit chance. Okay, damage and crit. Cooldown for the tree. Okay. That will let us cast our fireball, then close range quickly in between. We're also pretty injured at this point. Our torso. How do I treat specifically my torso? Torso. We only have 2 salves left. Oh, but they have 3 charges each. Yeah, use a salve. Okay. Our head is also quite damaged. Okay. And then we rest to regain our HP. I think 88 is fine. We're getting hungry. We actually do not have very much food, so we really need to be aware of how much food we're consuming by resting. 20%. Might as well eat this as well. 17% hunger. Yeah, it's not great. We really would like to find more food items. You dropped a dirk, and we destroyed this shelf, which means we can't loot it. And given that it's a roguelike, it was probably just filled with good old food that we would have liked to have had. So why can't I pick this up? I guess we don't have space for it. I mean, there's nowhere really good to put this. Bog bean. It's an herb. Known as buckbean, this plant can be easily found around swamps, used for tonics and painkillers. Well, I need food, though. Getting a little low on food. Spot a hidden bear trap. Where? Where's there a bear trap? I do not see a bear trap. Spots. Search for traps. We didn't see anything. Where's there a bear trap? Is it this thing? I don't know. A beet is good. Beet is food. So maybe crates and things have a higher chance of dropping food. I don't think I need more arrows. Do they fit? They don't stack with the other arrows we have. So not worth my time. Was the bear trap up here? I literally do not see a bear trap anywhere. Ah! All the way up here. Well, we might as well disarm it. Presumably it would give us experience. What the eyes fear, the hands do. Uh-huh. I mean, it didn't give us any experience. So that's a bit peculiar. You would expect disarming a trap to give you something. Pick the door. More crates. We fumbled again fighting a crate. So definitely need to work on our accuracy, our fumblingness, our agility rather. Okay, head down here. Can I use yeah, I can use the, oh, it stutters. Okay, I was gonna say I can use the numpad to move as a more traditional roguelike, but apparently you can't move diagonally. Oh, because there's furniture in the way, and also just it seems to lag a little bit when I use the numpad. So we'll just continue using the mouse, which is fine. Hello, rodent, and you look like a ranger. You're not. You're a tormentor. Chain strike. Only thing with range are these two, and they're melee range items. So I think we want to take a hit and back up into the corridor. And you're 2 tiles away, so we'll go ahead and use our flame. I was going to say, I really hope it just kills the rat outright. Would be nice. We're going to continue backing up this way. Oh, and it set the area on fire. So this will now do additional damage against him as long as he's burning. So we're backing up so that we can keep range between us until we get our fireball back and cast it for a second time. And he took 30% increased damage. So now we can charge to engage him and get a free attack that deals additional damage because we charged. And then we'll use our highly accurate attack and you should be dead. Yeah. Jagged falchion. I mean, I'm not super interested in that. Can't eat the rat apparently. Thought maybe we could pick up the rat corpse. Obviously not something you want to do in real life, but it's something that commonly happens in roguelikes, of course. NetHack, very famously, you eat corpses to gain abilities. We did pick up a beet. We might as well eat it. We're already pretty hungry anyway. If we look at our hunger, it's at 18. We want to keep it below 25% so that it doesn't... Immunity. so that it doesn't continue negatively affecting us. It'll pop a negative status effect up here. We have no maladies, and our sanity is holding steady around 80%. Okay, I would love to pick up some more armor as well. We haven't really found any good armor. Pick. I mean, we've cleared quite a few enemies at this point. Oh, tomato. Grab the tomato. We can go downstairs, but I think we finished clearing this level first. I do hear an enemy in there, I thought. Let's wait a few turns. Hello. I do, in fact, see an enemy. Go ahead and fireball him. Oh, he casted the blood mark thing. We could charge him, but I think we kind of want to back up again and just hit him with another fireball. Fireball. And then I think we can charge at this point. Oh, that's the wrong ability. Go away. Charge to engage. I'm not going to say what he said because it will sound like a racial slur, and I don't want the YouTube algorithm to freak out, because it is well known for freaking out when you say things, and I have a mumbly voice, so don't judge me. Anyway, moving along. Yeah, enjoying the game more or less at this point. I mean, it's definitely got an interesting little art style. It's not so bad. Like, a lot of times when I see games that look like this, I can't help but think of RPG Maker, which often has that tile set look that's very standard. This does not look like that, which is a real thing in its favor, because I think that those kind of games are pretty well known as being not very good for the most part. There's very few games that are made in RPG Maker or whatever it's called that actually are good and have good mechanics. So not a big fan of those. So it is similar to that, but this is more like a classic roguelike. It has its own art style for sure. I think that the vampires mostly look pretty cool. Our guy, I'm not a huge fan of this dude, but it is what it is. We're gonna head down to the next floor. Oh no!
Coming from upstairs. I bet everyone was taken there. I have to find my way up, whatever it takes.
Okay. See a corpse. Hello, corpse. Ooh, headgear we didn't have before. A gambeson. Suitable for well, protection 10%. So this is better than what we're wearing. I mean, a doublet. I mean, they're both. I think these. So I'm not 100% on medieval stuff. I think a doublet is literally like a shirt, and then a gambeson is like a heavily padded shirt. I don't know if it qualifies as armor or not, but I'm pretty sure that it's just heavily padded. I don't think there's any metal or anything in it. Although, again, definitely not an expert, definitely not sure. Old contract written by Abbot Vidian. With this paper, we nude the elder. I'm going to say nud because nude sounds stupid. And every denizen of Manshire pledged to pay a bounty of 700 crowns to every man, be it a commoner, a mercenary, or a noble knight, who will take on the task of descending into the Abbey of the Holy Revelation and cleanse it from the spirits or any other filth inhabiting it, and return back safe and sound with proof of their deed. We hereby sign this X on the 7th of Bloom. I'm assuming it was the 7th of Bloom. I can't think of anything else. It must have been a date. Alright, so we need to do inventory management. We don't need this. This thing's just taking up space. I don't love it. I don't think we really need the bow or arrows at this point. So let's go ahead and combine some space here. Okay, well, I mean, this doesn't really matter. Okay, definitely want the bread. What are you? Antitoxin. Remove consequences of bad habits. Sure, take that. Unidentified potion. Sure. Healing salve as well we will take. And then a war bow and arrows. Yeah, I'm not super interested in that. What else do we got laying around? Doublet, Basilard, diary page. No, it's a Basilard. Give me this thing. Just a fancy dagger. Popular among the nobility and common townsmen, that they often act as a mandatory accessory rather than an actual weapon. Goodbye. So we're just going to continue. Oh, look, it put our helmet on. So that's another thing about these kind of games. It's always really nice when they create sprites for just about every item. So it's nice that we picked up a helmet and now we have the little helmet sprite. So it's always nice to see your character evolve. I really hate when games do not do that, when they completely ignore the fact that you're changing clothing and your guy looks the same all the time. Got a smoked ham with 4 charges. So this is very good because we were looking for a food item, and that's a good one that will last us a long time. Pick this bad boy open. A healer's staff and a shield. Really not interested in either of those. I feel like inventory space is at somewhat of a premium at the moment. No food from that. Okay. I mean, at this point, we don't necessarily need to find food. We're doing okay. Another chest. Keep this chest. Pick. We've never gone through a single lockpick. It says it has 3 of 3 uses. Breaks if they fail. Okay. Another unidentified potion. Unidentified gloves. Interesting. An enchantment scroll. And a militia club. And leeches. Interesting. If used on a selected body part each turn for 30 turns, we increase the body part condition, healing efficiency, and intoxication, but we gain pain. It's interesting. So they use leeches as a healing item in this game. So we have unidentified gloves and we have 2 unidentified potions. I think potions will be largely beneficial, although I have no knowledge of why that would be true in this game. I would rather identify the gloves to make sure they're not cursed. They are not cursed, so we will go ahead and put these on. And we do have another scroll. Why don't we identify one of the potions of anesthesia? It resets pain, gives full resistance to pain for some time. I don't know how useful that is. And then we have an enchantment scroll. Why don't we further try to enchant our weapon? 4% accuracy, 2% block chance. So we're making this better over time. Although, again, we might just stumble into a new room and find a completely better item than that. You know, that's always the risk with a game like this. You invest in a weapon or something and it turns out that you find a better one right in the next room. Oh, they do. Coins take up inventory space. That's interesting. I don't hate that, but that's something that very few games do. Hello, madam. This is the one who has a ranged scream, although I don't think the scream is that big of a deal. It's only 6 damage. Yeah. So how far away? One more tile. We'll fire her. And then we'll charge at her to get a good engagement. And then we'll go into melee. At this point, yeah, I was going to say she should basically be dead. We're getting a lot stronger just from having these additional abilities at our disposal. We're going to push up, but we're going to be careful in case there were more enemies. A lot of chests and things. Another pair of gloves. What are the odds they're better? We'll take them, but I don't have any identify scrolls. Nothing on the shelf. I mean, I like roguelites and roguelikes. And obviously we play on the channel, we play Cataclysm. I am close the inventory so we can see what we're doing. Another flagellant, and this is our first time seeing a proselyte outcast. Cultists whose bodies rejected the gift become outcasts. Driven completely insane, they drag out a miserable existence as fighting animals. You have no ranged abilities, but you're pretty close to us already. Go ahead and burn him. Hopefully set the tile on fire so that he will burn as well, but that did not happen. I'm not sure if he actually knows we're here, so I think we just wait. We'll back up. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know we're here, so we're just going to back up and deal with this guy on our own here. And hopefully torch him pretty good before... Nope, wrong ability. Before he gets to us. We criticaled him and absolutely murdered him and destroyed the shelf that was nearby as well. We are now level 5. He's still on fire, so we're going to let him burn. It did drop the deer hide, so I think destroying the shelf does drop the item, which is good, so we can't accidentally destroy anything. Let's go ahead and level up. I want to stop fumbling, so we're going to put both points into agility. And then we will look into great swords again. Recklessness, each adjacent enemy. No, I don't want that. Courage instantly refreshes the cooldown of heroic charge if it manages to kill its target. I mean, that's not super relevant. Obviously, we're currently trying to engage one at a time. Both of these abilities incentivize us to fight multiple enemies at once, and I'd rather not be tempted. Feast of Steel activates the following effect for 4 turns. 100% crit chance, 10% accuracy, minus 25 damage, minus 25 crit effectiveness. So I'm assuming that means less damage from the critical. Killing enemies prolongs the duration. Or parry. Each successful block prolongs the duration of this effect by 1 and grants an additional stack of it up to 4. Also guarantees to trigger a counterattack. Higher block chance and block power, and guarantees a critical, or a counter. So this is more of a brazen attack, and this one is more like defensive. And I'm kind of thinking that we have to pick one and not the other. So I'm curious. I mean, I don't know that that's it for sure. My temptation is to take the all-out attack type thing, but we'll go defensive. Confirm. Oh, well, they're both locked anyway. In fact, it did seem to lock us out of this ability. I think we'll find out in the future, I guess. But for now, we have a new ability, which is a defensive ability. We don't want to go through there until the fire stops. So let's go ahead and wait a few turns. Oh, he is approaching us. I'm not sure why he waited to attack until after. Oh, one more tile. Becomes hostile. Oh, he didn't know we were here. Now he does, so he will come and fight us. Torch him. We're actually running out of energy, so we don't have enough energy to charge. How much do we regain? Every 6 turns. It's too long of a time, so we're just going to engage him in melee. So come here, my friend. 5 energy, vampiric blood, 4 health. Yeah, okay. I mean, you're basically dead because we criticaled you a bunch. So I'm guessing agility also affects whether or not we critical, because we're kind of criticaling a lot. Oh, another enemy is alarmed. Let's do you know I'm here? What does the question mark mean? Suspicious. Interesting. Interesting. So can I get away from him? He's suspicious, but I don't think he's actually seen us. So let's hang out for a minute and rest. Can't rest, enemies are nearby. Do you know I'm here or not? He does not seem to know we're here. He's just out of range. I bet if I move up he'll see, yeah. Becomes hostile. Well, we can still hit him. Don't have enough for our charge. Uses sacrificial blood. Yeah, just engage him in melee, I guess. I mean, we're hitting much more reliably now, so I think we can afford to put more into strength. Oh, okay. Should have eaten and drunk as well, because it lowers our efficiency. So let's back off. Let's rest. And then we will eat and drink when we finish resting. Stop resting. Go ahead and check our character screen. We're pretty injured as well. Let's go ahead and use a healing salve on our head to get a little bit more HP back. And then we can eat and drink as well. Check our inventory. Let's eat the small things first. Minus 20% hunger. So that's a big reduction to our hunger. And then let's use the water skin. And then check our character screen again. We are a little thirsty. How much does this restore? 20%. We're not going to use it at 17. We're going to save it to try and min-max our food and drink a little bit, just because I'm not sure how often we actually will find those items. And I think if we rest another turn or so, yeah, we're in fighting condition once more. Anyway, I think we need to call the episode, so for now that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying my series of Stoneshard. The demo, again, this game comes out February 6th, 2020, which I don't know when these videos will go up, but probably before then. So if you're interested, it's coming to early access in the very near future. And there's a free playable demo of this, what I'm playing right now, on Steam. So you can just search for Stoneshard on Steam. are on Steam. This is Stoneshard, the Prologue. So for now, that's going to do it. Thanks for being here, and I'll be back with more in the near future, and I'll see you in the next episode.